Hello fellow Star Wars action figure fans and collectors, welcome to a brand new Star Wars The Clone Wars action figure review. For today's Clone Wars action figure review, I have everyone's favorite Jedi Master, Master Yoda. And really excited to finally get this one, because of course this Yoda action figure is a brand new version of the character in the Clone Wars series. So just found him this morning at Target, so really excited to finally get him. So here's a look at the front of the packaging, and I really like this image of Master Yoda. Very, very cool. So you can see the figure in there with his lightsaber and his cane. Really cool. Of course, once again, the new red packaging, awesome stuff. And look at the back of the packaging, a really cool image of the Yoda action figure. And a really, really cool image, still shot of Yoda. And this is from the very first episode of the Clone Wars animated series, Ambush. So, very, very cool. Of course, we've got the other characters here and some information here. So let me just read the description on the back of the card. It says here, Yoda goes to Ragosa to negotiate a deal with King Katunko of Toydaria that will allow the Republic to build a supply base in the system. Count Dooku intervenes with a test for the Jedi. Prove the Republic's strength by battling Dooku's droid army. Yoda accepts the challenge and shows his combat expertise as well as the power of the Force. So, very, very cool. I'm glad they released him in this wave. So, I can't get over this image. This is so cool. This is so badass of Yoda. And this image too of Yoda. Very, very cool. So anyway, without further ado, let me open him up and get on with the review. And this, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is Clone Wars number 14, so I've already reviewed Obi-Wan Kenobi in the space gear, space outfit, and of course 4A7. So we have Obi-Wan is number 12, 4A7 is 13. Of course Yoda, who isn't here, right here, is number 14. So here we go. Okay, so not a whole lot of accessories for Master Yoda, but still pretty cool indeed. Of course, we've got his lightsaber, which is tied with elastic bands, and he is tied with elastic bands on the back. So just let me cut him out. It's easier to take him off without breaking anything. Almost there. Whoops! And I just popped off his feet. So. But that's okay, I can pop them back on with no problem. Let me just pop them back in. Okay, and we're back in business. So here is Yoda, and he is a tiny action figure, but he is so cool to hold in my hands. It's very, very cool. Let's go over the articulation first. He does have a ball-jointed neck and a ball-hinged shoulder. He does have ball-hinged shoulders. I'm trying to move his soft goods cloak. He does have ball-hinged elbows, yes. Really, really cool. Swivel wrists, of course. An upper ball-hinged torso. He does have swivel hips, and of course ball-jointed feet. So very, very cool. Excellent articulation for such a tiny action figure, but I'm very impressed. And of course he does come with his lightsaber and his cane, his gimmer stick. So very, very cool. And of course, if you didn't notice, he does come with a soft goods cloak, which I really like. And when you can put the hood up, of course, and if it'll just stay up. Okay, so maybe his ears are a little bit too pointy for the hood, but still, it's still cool to have it. If you put it back down, you'll see he's got his white hair back there. So very, very cool. Okay, and he does have his belt here, his cloth belt. So very, very amazed with the articulation and the detail of this action figure. Very, very cool. Now, what you may be wondering, of course, from the first version, if you all remember the first version of Yoda, which was also available in the card package, also with the Target exclusive battle pack with the, I think it was the Coruscant Guard and Yoda, which was available with Target. So this is the first Yoda, this is the second Yoda. So you'll notice the first Yoda, if you actually look at him, this has a lot more of an animated look than this one. The face sculpt of this Yoda has a more, it's kind of like a cross between animated and realistic for, I don't know, for at least what it looks like to me. and of course the color, the green of it, the color of his skin is a different shade of green in this one and this one. So this is kind of a muddy green, and this is kind of like a forest green, if you'll notice. So really interesting. And of course this one, we had him, the first version of Yoda had a sculpted Jedi robe, his cloak, because he did have an action feature. That he didn't have a force blast. I don't have it right now, but anyway, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a spring there's a spring in there, kind of like a missile launcher. Put the force blast in, and you pull it, and then you let go, and it fires. And of course, this was molded. You can't move this hand. You could never move this left arm, this left hand. So of course, his gimmer stick is cane, which I think is the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, just a different shade of. It looks like it's a different shade of brown. This was a lot darker, the first version. You could actually lock it in here in the action feature, so it could hide it. So, you know, you could get away with that. And of course, he still didn't have a ball jointed neck, but not a whole lot of movement as far as the left arm. Right arm had a ball hinge shoulder and a swivel cut shoulder, and a swivel wrist. And as far as articulation, no knee or upper torso articulation, of course, which was hindered by the action feature and ball jointed feet. But Hasbro did an amazing job with this new version of Yoda by, you know, adding all the articulation and everything else that we wanted in the first release. Now, I personally didn't mind this action figure. I actually kind of like it too, and you'll notice just the animated look kind of changed a little bit with the face sculpt. So, you know, but still, overall, very cool. I'm so glad to own this, and I really like. I'm really excited to own this as well. So, very cool stuff. This is the fully super articulated Clone Wars version of Yoda. So I thought I'd just give you guys a look of the first version. So I hope you guys enjoy that. So again, soft goods cloak, lightsaber, cane, super articulation, awesome detail, amazing. Really amazing. And even if he is a small action figure, this is Yoda. Everyone loves Yoda. So he's awesome, and I'm glad I picked him up. So this is possibly my favorite action figure so far of the new Clone Wars action figure series. So definitely give him a solid 10 out of 10 Clone Trooper helmets. I'm glad I picked him up. So look for him at your local Targets. You may see him soon, and hopefully they'll stop showing up at Walmart soon enough. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. May the Force be with you. Bye.